Now we're going to go over the 8 basic builds of the system. Now, we have builds, and then we have pre-technique builds. Okay? There is little difference, if any difference whatsoever. There's very little difference in some of the techniques, and some there's none. So, for the sake of time, we'll say that there's really not a difference between a pre-technique build and just a regular basic 8 technique build. The first technique that we'll go over is called the fireball. The fireball, for example, is done with a technique or mudra called the half lotus. You notice the finger positions here. The ring finger and the middle finger come together, okay, to align 2 meridians to help with the channeling of the energy. So I will take my hands, now that they're in the half lotus, and I will slowly start to put them together. And as I begin to put them together, I can feel heat or pushing or pulling in between my hands. Okay? Depending on what level you are, you feel different things. You become more sensitive to different things. I'm just standing naturally grounded in here. I'll hold this until I begin to feel the heat, where it's good, good strong heat in between my hands. And I will always breathe in and out through the nose. Very important. Never talk when you're doing Qigong unless you're really, really powerful, which explains why I'm talking right now. So, as I begin my exercise, I will simply and slowly turn the fireball. Okay? Now I'll turn to the side so you can get another shot of this so you can see what I'm doing. I feel like I'm turning an imaginary ball. And as I begin to turn this, okay, turn this ball, tongue on the roof of my mouth, always, breathing in and out through the nose, always. As I turn this ball, I notice the heat of my body and the heat between my hands increasing tremendously. Now you can do this exercise just like most all the exercises in general for 1 to 5 minutes. Okay? So there's an exercise from the side, see it from the front. Okay? This is a small fireball. You can make them bigger and bigger until you get, all the way out here if you wish. But the further out that you get, the slower you have to turn. But that's another video. Now, we'll go over the next technique, okay? The super fireball. More powerful than the original, but very, very simple to do. Relaxed, in a grounded position, and I will take my arms and hold them out like so. Doesn't matter which arm is on top, not important. I'll just relax here until I can feel the heat from my hands, and once I can feel that, I will slowly begin to drag them across each other until I wind up back in the fireball position. This makes a much hotter fireball than the original technique. And again, do this exercise just like all the rest, approximately 1 to 5 minutes, breathing in and out through the nose with the tongue on the roof of the mouth, making good connection to the ground, just breathing, relaxing, and being natural. Okay? Okay. This removal of qi, I would like to talk about. Whenever you feel that you're becoming too hot or too intense, you can stop the exercise and discharge your qi by basically making what we call a fa jing motion, or it's a tremendous shaking motion. And when you do that, you'll discharge qi. Slapping things with pericardium 8 or the heart of palm also helps to eliminate excess qi if you've overbuilt yourself. So, but these are things that are actually covered in the course, so we won't go into detail on those. The next technique is the reverse fireball. Okay? The reverse fireball is more concentrated than the previous 2 techniques. The reverse fireball looks just like the fireball done in the half lotus, and so is the super fireball done in the half lotus. Okay? Except this time I'll be using the back sides of my hands opposite. Instead of going like this okay, and turning like this, I'm going to turn my hands over so that I'm using this portion and this portion together. And I will turn again. Okay, so we'll do the exercise from the beginning. Okay, raise the arms, open in half lotus, bringing them together. Hold for just a second. Turn them backside, and slowly, about an inch apart, inch and a half apart, is all you need. Kind of turn the hands, breathing in and out through the nose, tongue on the roof of the mouth. 1 to 5 minute exercise. Okay, all these techniques build different types of energy. Okay, these all help to increase your level of chi. And most of them are connected to a specific exercise, which we'll get into later. Each one of them has their own specific exercise. Like the reverse fireball is the pre-technique for the weld, how you can fuse broken bones back together again. Okay. Okay, the next build that we will do is very simple. It is called the pyramid. Okay. In Kung Fu, we call it the bird's beak. In Qigong, they call it the pyramid. And we simply raise the arms up. No need for half lotus this time. As we turn the hands up from the wrists, we can hold a ball of energy in our fingers. You'll feel them getting intensely warm. Okay. Now, from here, we can do either left or right pyramid build. Okay. And you can do either one of them for 1 to 5 minutes, depending on whether you want to increase yin energy or yang energy. So right now, we'll increase yin energy, and I'll take my right hand, and I will half lotus, and I will circle very slowly around the pyramid, moving very slowly, breathing correctly like we've discussed. And you will notice the energy becomes more and more intense in the hand. It becomes extremely hot. This is a technique used for the scorpion set, and among others. Some are interchangeable, some are not, but for the most part, all builds will work no matter what build you use, but some just work a little bit better than others. So, and I can hold this power in this hand, and it'll still be there until I discharge it. Now, if I want to balance out the opposite way, I'll do the same thing again. Okay. Taking the left hand, now this time we're building yang energy. Building yang energy. Okay. Important to remember that these are not touching techniques. Okay, we're not touching anything. If you touch, you'll break the ground, and if you break ground, you'll lose your power. So do not touch. Okay.